Why, hello. I didn't see you there. Do I look cool? Do I look hipster? Do I look YouTuber aesthetic? Because I'm trying really hard. There's nothing in this cup. I'm just trying to be cool. But you're probably wondering, Emma, why are you in your bed? Well, as you can see, probably from the window, it is nighttime. Around midnight, actually. I thought it would be fun to do a little get ready with me, but in an unready fashion. Welcome to Get Cozy with Me. This is the best intro you've ever seen, right? Because I'm trying so hard. Welcome to Get Cozy with Me, where I pretty much just sit in bed and tell you funny stories about my life. It's like a get ready with me, but a story time at the same time. I was going back and forth on calling this bedtime stories, or what was the other one that I was thinking of? I don't even remember. I'm still using this cup, this mug, because guess what? This mug says, I'm silently correcting your grammar. Thank you, Emma. She's my best friend. She got this for me for my birthday. So, even though there's invisible liquid in this, I am going to drink it, because this mug is my life. You probably were hearing my air conditioning. I just realized that right now. But guess what? I'm not going to refilm this, so sucks to suck. But I've decided my childhood was very interesting. So interesting that I thought I would tell a few stories from it. So this is Stories from My Childhood. This intro is already way longer than I expected it to be, but here we are. This is my life. And this is my bed. I hope you like all my stuffed animals. This isn't even half of them. This isn't even a quarter of them. If you would like to see more stuffed animals than these, please tell me, because I will do that. I will provide them. I will provide all the necessities for that. But here we are. Let's get a story going. Let's get cozy with me going. And let's do this. I don't know how old I was. I was a toddler. And we have a huge backyard here in my home. And because of this, my mom would split off the yard, and each of the kids would have a place to weed the garden. And I hated weeding, as much as I hated picking up the apples before my dad had to mow the lawn. That is also a big predicament. In the front yard, we have 2 giant apple trees. And the apples are probably not edible. And if they are, they're not very good. And so every year, we had to go outside and pick up all of the dirty and gross apples off the ground so that my dad could mow the lawn. Anywho, we each had a place to weed. And my mother, being the wonderful mother she is, was asking me, Emma, why aren't you weeding the garden? And like the youngest, prettiest girl in the world would say, I looked up at my mother and said, Mother! I didn't say mother. I said, Mom, princesses don't weed gardens. And she looked me in the eyes and said, well, this princess does. Go weed the garden. I was a sassy little demon when I was little. Every little girl or boy, any will have a crush. Their first crush. And I actually don't remember if this was my first crush, so that makes it awkward, because this might not be my first crush. But I'm going to tell it anyway. I had a crush in kindergarten. My friend who had Rapunzel long hair was really cool. And we would run around the playground. And this guy, who I thought was adorable, came up to us and decided to chase us around the playground. I'm pretty sure now it was because he had a crush on my friend with the Rapunzel long hair. We're just gonna call her Rapunzel. Pretty sure he had a crush on Rapunzel, and not me. But me being me, I didn't think about it. I didn't think too hard about it. I was just a kid, having fun on a playground, getting chased by her crush. And as we hid underneath the slide, his shoes came into view. And what is the one thing you do when you have a crush on somebody? You smash their foot with your fist. It was just an obvious notion in my eyes. And so when I smashed his foot with my fist, he knew that I liked him. And he turned me into the teacher. And that was the story of my first crush. I hope you enjoyed that. He never talked to me again. Another story is I played poker with my friend. Not the Rapunzel friend, a different friend. She didn't actually go to my school, but she lived in my neighborhood, and she taught me how to play poker. And of course, when you play poker, you have to exchange things. You have to bet on things. And so I bet one of my squishies. Do you know, like the little tube squishy that has water in it and it's slippery on your hands? Anyway, and it slips out of your hands and you try to put your fingers in it and then it just like slips and it's weird, and sometimes it has inanimate objects in it. I think mine had penguins. But I really, really loved this squishy. But you know what? I thought I could win. I thought I could win in poker. How naive I was at 7? Yeah, it might have been 7. How naive I was at 7 that I would think that, guess what? I wouldn't lose. I wouldn't lose and lose my squishy. But alas, this friend from down the street, she won and she took my squishy. One of the last stories that I have is me breaking and entering into some of my neighbors' houses. Yes, you heard that right. I was a little girl who was very curious and very extroverted, which is very weird now because I am actually very, very much introverted. So there was a family who just moved in down the street, and as they were unpacking their things, they turned around and saw a little yellow-haired blonde girl just wandering their living room. And as they wondered, who is this girl? Who is she? I turned around. Yes, it was me. I turned around and said, "You have a really nice house. Can I walk around it? Do you guys have cookies?" And as I said this, I started wandering around their house like I lived there. Because apparently, that's just what I did as a child. Seriously, that's just what I did. My mom had to call my neighbors, all of them, and tell them that if they saw me walking down the street without one of my siblings, to call my mom, because I was probably not supposed to be doing what I was doing. Also, I literally broke into one of my neighbors' houses because there was a lady who lived down the street with her husband, and they had 2 dogs, and I adored their dogs. And I usually took care of their dogs while they were away. And one week, they were away on a trip, and they forgot to give me a key. And so I don't remember how, but somehow I got through their garage and I got in their house and I fed their dogs. And then I wandered around their house. And also, that was when I found my love of dog treats. Yes, when I was little, I ate dog treats. Don't lie, we've all tried it. But for some reason, I just kept eating them. So I wandered around the house, eating dog treats while the dogs followed me. And then I went home. And I told my mother what had happened. I told her that I went down to the house and that I fed the dogs. And she called the woman that lived down the street. And they said they hadn't given me a key. They hadn't given me a way to get into the house. Which means that somehow I broke into their house. I don't don't know if you enjoyed those videos, but I mean, I don't know if you enjoyed those stories. Those weren't videos, but this is a video that I hope you enjoyed. Because I think these are fun. I thought this was great. I love speaking in this voice. It's very precocious. Is that the right word for it? I don't know. And I don't care. Because this was a fun time. I don't know if the audio on this is going to be good. I don't know if the filming of this is going to be good. Because I had to put this on my phone. Because my laptop is broken. And I tried to film something on my camera and tried to put it on the desktop, put it on my iPad. Nothing worked. So here we are, doing this on my phone. Anyway, if you liked this video, please let me know. If you hated it, please don't let me know. Just leave, because I thought this was fun. And maybe I'll do more of these. This was Get Cozy with me. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed. This is probably going to be super long, and I probably shouldn't have filmed this. But here we are. And this is where we go. So, I will see you in the next video. Sleep well, sleep tight, and I hope you don't let the bed bugs bite.